Hello everyone, I'm Singmi from 원소프트다임. Here are two men who have same body mass index. Of course, they have the same weight and height. So they think like this: we are healthy. However, they missed one thing to be healthy. One of them has more body fat than muscle, and another one is opposite. As you know that, too much body fat causes diseases such as diabetes or hypertension. The really tricky part is internal body fat. So global leading companies launched big machines for checking the body fat. However, most people don't know how much body fat they have. It means these devices are not fit for our health. Because it can give you the insight into that are big and expensive machines only available in fitness clubs or health clinics. After checking the body fat, they just give you the result paper only. Current mobile solutions also have the limitations: multiple users, tracking, and high accuracy. So we developed the portable body fat analyzer, One Smart Diet, and Features Plus. Now I will let you know what Features Plus is. Features Plus is genius that can measure the body fat, muscle mass, heart rate, stress index, and more. It has only 45 gram and pocket size, but accuracy is high, and then the measuring time is only 3 seconds. To use the device, you should use the Features app. In this app, you can create your own group and then manage your group members' health easily. The device is all powerful advantage. Our core technology is embedded into our solution. We use the BIA, bioelectronic impedance analysis, basically. If you pinch the device like this, the device will scan opposite side of your body, and then our algorithm calculates the return value, and then you can see the result through the app. We reduced the remeasuring errors and then increased the accuracy. We already registered 4 patents in South Korea, and then now we are applying the overseas patents based on our branches. The real opportunity is in the Western world. More than 50 million Europeans have an active gym subscriptions, more than half of which are in Germany, UK, and France alone, which is why we will enter those markets first. And actually, local health trainers publicly support our device because it's the best solution currently on the market. We tested our devices in our target market through the crowdfunding platforms, and we sold around 3,300 units. After crowdfunding, we met our partners and they just started the sales. And then we attended the global accelerating programs such as High-Tech Excel in the Netherlands and Plug and Play in Silicon Valley. They are helping us to enter the market. Now we are preparing the Features platform. If users want to use our device, they need to request the renting through the Features app. After pay, they will use our device for period they want. At this point, we will use the space of gym or personal trainers. If our users' graph is reaching the goal, we will give them the OSD point, and they will be able to use the point at insurance company, gym, or health clinics. The future of medicine is in mobile, personalized healthcare solutions. In order to really take full advantage of our leading position, we need to go healthcare. We can reach this through the B2B healthcare solution. This will allow us to collect relevant data and continue developing our technologies. The last quarter of 2018, we will start the Indiegogo and Makwake campaign with the Features Plus device, and we will set the local gym channels to starting the on-demand service. Our goal is to reach to combine the sales of 1 million by the end of this year. After set the Features platform, our sales will be getting higher. Our teams are already in place. Headquarters is located in South Korea, and we already opened EU branch in the Netherlands and US branch in Silicon Valley. And 14-person team in South Korea working on R&D with post-tech. So let's get better habits with OSD. Thank you.
Slide. Oh, all right, great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Seungmin, for a great presentation. Yeah, a couple of comments. Obviously, like you said, this is an industry, the wellness and personal well-being is an industry that is very booming right now globally, and there's a lot of personalization, especially going into that. Yeah. So I have a couple of questions. Firstly, where does that data from the device then go to? Is it syncing with, say, your Apple's, health kit, or where does that data go, and how can you, access that? And maybe a second question to that is, does it also give you recommendations? So when you see, okay, this is how my, body fat is, how do I reduce it? Is it good or not? And are there some recommendations based on that?
Yeah, the first question, with the BLE basically. So after check the body fat, the device will send the data to a smartphone, use the Bluetooth feature, and then and then the activities.
And in the smartphone, is it is it a separate app that it sends it to, or is it possible to basically sync with the health kit? For example, in my iPhone, or?
Yeah, basically, the activity, these devices has activity sensors, so you can sync the activity data with another third-party apps. And then now we are discussing with some of the apps, such as Samsung Health or Apple Health Kit. So we have a plan that send the data to them. It's the body fat and then muscle mass, basically. And then about the second question is...
about the recommendations, like does it give recommendations?
After checking the body fat, we recommend how to exercise and what foods to eat. And you can see the recommendation, if you use our app.
Okay, and does that those recommendations come from you guys, or do you work with a third party that provides that?
No, actually, only in our app.
Your app. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah. I think it's very important to have the sales and the distribution.
Yeah.
Are you targeting to the end user, or you are trying to sell through gym and hospital? This is very interesting to know.
Yeah. Now we are focused on the personal trainers and gym staffs because they have many customers, and the data is very important for us to set our platform. So we're focused on the personal trainers first, and then we spread our market, school and then hospitals like that.
Okay, depending on the system. I think different countries have different system.
Yeah.
In Scandinavia, I think you should sell to the gym, because maybe the personal trainer are not really not allowed to sell so much of their own products. And in China, I think the personal trainer can be a good channel.
Yeah.
And I would just say that the body weight balance is getting more and more popular in China, but I have never seen some product like that.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to think that will your product replace the existing balance, or is a complement? Will you work together with others? Because that will, if you are touching other people's cake or not, and how quick you can expand. But I think it's a very good product. I think it's a great future in Scandinavia as well.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Yeah. That's all I think from our side. Yeah, thank you very much and good luck. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Next, biEnergy will give their presentation. biEnergy develops integrated insulation panel and energy-saving devices for sustainable construction. Please welcome Dylan, the COO of biEnergy, to the stage. Please welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Hello, I love this stage. Thank you, CCEI. Fossil fuels and blackout and warming. do you really want to pass this bad situation to the future generation? Who wants to do that? No one. So what should we do if we would like to solve these issues? Find us, find biEnergy, will be your solution. We thought about what if the building itself can be energy power plant. So the building is a building save energy, and from the building we can use laptop, and we can use air conditioning and heating and lights, and furthermore the electrical vehicle can charge from the building. And let's imagine Helsinki, whole city, as an energy power plant city. Our solution is energy wall. It can save energy to the super insulation, and it can harvest energy from the surface. It is consist of a PV panel and high efficiency insulation, and there's a battery inside of it, so we can charge it. Global issues: South Korea, Norway, UK, Finland, India, Vietnam, all of the world, that will change 100% of renewable energy system to the building by 2020 to 25. Of course, there's a competition in the United States. It's called solar roof from the Tesla, but they are only for the roof material, but ours is for the wall material. And they have no insulation, but we have. And we have a much cheaper price per unit. And we launched ESS Energy Home in this year by applying our product. And this is our sales performance in this year. And our sales revenue is $5 million in this year, and 23 employees, including KT and LG. Let me ask you a question. For a sustainable company or long-lasting company, would it be possible with one specific item? I don't think so. So not only for this ESS Energy Home, we are keep launching new items, such as telecommunication module and smart farm management module. And this is a global market for ours. Total market is $500 billion, and our market would be $20 billion, and we are seeking 1% of this market by 2020. We are at the step 3, Energy Home, and we are going to step 4, Energy City solution. And we raised a fund from the National University, $200,000, and the angel funds. And finally, we are seeking $3 million for the smart factory and recruit CFO and so on. And expected sales revenue in 2019, we're going to get $10 million and 35 employees, and established branch in European country. And this is our beautiful team. And look at the Mr. Park. He has been in Samsung Electronics for over 20 years, and he is in charge of our high efficiency installation. And Mr. Park, he's living in Germany right now, and we are keep receiving reports about zero energy building from him. We are the Avengers. We save the world. If you'd like to save the world, please find me. Please, biEnergy, with the zero energy building and smart energy city. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very interesting product. I just want to be more specific. Is your product a final wall, or is it technology? Are you going to build the wall yourself, or you will let other company build it for you?
We are manufacturing on the energy wall module base, and we sell to the construction company. We are not building itself.
No, but you do the wall.
Yes,
right?
we are manufacturing.
Because from my understanding, like different houses have different design, so probably you have to make different size based on their need, and you have to be very careful that if this adjustment will reduce your productivity. Sometimes maybe it's more efficient you just focus on selling the know-how, get patented, and give the know-how to other construction companies, so you don't have to worry about the physical wall. And also there are like maintenance and it's a lot of work. So I hope the wall is a good carrier, but the wall shouldn't be a barrier for your innovation. So.
Very great presentation. Thank you so much. Really loved it. And obviously, again, a topic, this kind of goes into this whole industry of smart cities. I mean, in Singapore, it's talked about a lot, but I know even in Finland right now, how to make cities more sustainable and so on. What I really liked, and kind of maybe addressing also what Sandy said here, was that you actually have thought about what else, because like you said, only building one piece is not enough. You have all these other models that you've thought about, which is, I think, great, in kind of maybe identifying what are some of these modules that are going to be the next step, in a sense.
Yes.
I also have a question. So is this, did I understand correctly, is that like a solar power that you're using in that power wall, or where does the energy come from?
Yeah, right. There is a solar panel from the surface, but we design it. Let's imagine the solar panel, black and square thing, but we make a color and we make a pattern, because that is a wall material from the solar.
Yeah. No, very interesting. I think that there's a lot of interesting applications that you could do working with cities and even the government, city planning and things like that. A very topical business, I think, and congratulations, you're already doing so well. So yeah, I really like this.
Thank you.
I also want to ask, have you ever been to Scandinavia before?
No.
Okay. I think you will have a lot of new discovering also, because Scandinavia has been, it has been cold since the Viking time, and they learned how to build very energy efficient houses since a couple of 100 years back. And if we talk about the whole energy ecosystem and the symbiocity, Sweden, Finland has a lot of experience. So I think there you will find new possibilities and new partners. And I think we have enough time to prepare. We can offer you 3 to 5 matchmaking with targeted energy efficient companies in the construction area who will meet you in Helsinki. And there you will find more possibility, develop this together and find the market. I think Scandinavia is the right place for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I hope so.
And also we really like your presentation because it's very clear and it's very interactive, because many companies will present their product, but you have a very good contact with the public, with the audience. And I think through this good presentation, great technology, you will have a great potential.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it, Slash. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Seoul Robotics will give a presentation. Seoul Robotics is an autonomous technology company which produces advanced LiDAR perception software for autonomous system. Please welcome Lee Han-bin, the head of Seoul Robotics, to the stage. Please give him a big hand.
Well, welcome to Korea. This is your first time. The air is usually not this bad. The fall skies are pretty clear, usually beautiful, but lately the air has been terrible. My name is Han-bin Lee. I'm the captain of Seoul Robotics. Let's see. So last summer in Silicon Valley, there was a self-driving car competition. Well, obviously, when it comes to self-driving car, you have to use camera, radar, and LiDAR. And we thought, well, everybody's using camera and radar. Why don't we use just LiDAR to see how far we can go? And out of 2,000 teams, we ended up in 10th. So right after that, a lot of self-driving car companies came to us, say, well, why don't you come and work on our LiDAR vision software? And after so many calls, I thought, well, why don't we, instead of working for them, start a company and provide a solution to them? So that's how we got started. So this is our product, LiDAR vision software. We help the cars or computer to understand what it sees through LiDAR sensors. We don't manufacture hardware. The LiDAR hardware company will come a couple slides after me, but we just make the software. So right now, our current focus is on the vehicles, but there's other applications too. So we use only LiDAR to detect, classify, track, and predict the objects around the sensors. So our core technology is not really LiDAR vision software. It is applying machine learning to 3D data in real time. Now, we work with LiDAR sensors because that's what's available right now, but our technology can be scaled up to different types of 3D sensors. So, as I said, our current application, our focus is helping the cars to become more intelligent and safer. But at the same time, we can apply the very same technology to smart city or for the surveillance to help the cities understand where all the cars and people are. So the biggest problem when it comes to just using computer vision or a camera only for object detection is that the position is predicted. But when you use LiDAR, position is a measurement, not predicted. And right now, the LiDAR vision software market is very tiny. There's only one competitor. And they've been around since 2006 because, well, LiDAR only has been around for so many years and there's really no LiDAR software companies. Everybody tends to make their own solution from the scratch, which takes a lot of money and a lot of time. So our current solution only takes about 5 to 9K per vehicle. Existing solution from 2006 cost about 100K to 200K per vehicle. And obviously our product have better performance. So a lot of people ask us, why don't you do sensor fusion? That's what everybody's doing. Well, we are a step behind the sensor fusion. We provide the initial software output from the sensors to feed into the sensor fusion so that self-driving car companies can take our output and put it into their car. So why us? Well, as I said in the start, we were the 10th in the global Silicon Valley self-driving competition using just LiDAR only. And there's a global LiDAR software benchmark. We did first in the world. And we have 2 patents that we already got, and we are pending more currently. And we are trying to stay sensor agnostic. What it means is that we don't want to stick with one particular LiDAR hardware company. We are trying to be compatible with different types of LiDAR hardware because usually the particular LiDAR has a different application, different strength and specific applications. So how are we doing differently? Why are we so good at this? Well, most of the companies out there who knows how to do LiDAR software, they usually turn this 3D data, compact into 2D image, then process it. Well, we take the 3D image and process it as a 3D image with our own unique deep learning model. And this is our international ingredients. 40% of team members are not from Korea, including I. And we have a very strong background in mathematics and physics because that's the knowledge you need to have in order to process the 3D data. And these are our co-founders, all from Seoul National University, Sungkyunkwan University, and our chief AI officer actually comes from France. He's Vietnamese, but he's been working in the Airbus as a data scientist. So we already have few customers, not too many, but we are selling each software in a very high price. And we have a very good relationship with the Korean government and Korean research institutes. Also, we have a very good partnership with the LiDAR companies from Korea, China, and US. And we just recently landed $1.2 million investment a couple months ago. And we are trying to land a Series A next year. So obviously, the LiDAR is really expensive right now. Only so many cars can afford it. In the future, we expect a lot of cars to have LiDAR, and we are trying to bundle our software into their complete product. Thank you. My name is Han-Bin Lee. I'm the captain of Robotics, and we aim to make robots and cars safer and intelligent with our LiDAR vision software. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Super interesting. I also love the entrepreneurial spirit in the beginning when you shared this story and you said, yeah, well, rather than working for someone, why don't we do it ourselves? So really love that. Also love your diverse team, because I think that it's really important that you have people from different aspects and backgrounds. Maybe kind of my main question or comment is, like you said yourself, this is such a new technology, not a lot of, you only have one competitor and only 2 customers. So I suppose the biggest challenge probably in a sense is the customer acquisition and the cost of that technology for the customers. So do you have any comments on that, or have you guys thought about that? Because I could imagine that that's one of the hurdles and probably the first one, because for a lot of the other ones to follow, they need references. So it's a bit of a loop.
Right.
But have you thought about how are you going to kind of what's your strategy for customer acquisition?
So right now, we are trying to really focus on building relationship with the local distributors. So I didn't really talk about it here because I didn't have too much time, but we do have software distributor in Korea and in Boston. So they focus on providing these LiDAR solutions for like a research institute or smaller startups, which are initial customers. But on the same time, I'm actively trying to seek out the tier 1s and OEMs currently, because they're looking to integrate LiDAR in the future into vehicles. Not right now, because LiDAR is too expensive. The cheapest LiDAR you can get is about $4,000 or $5,000, So one venue is this dealership distributor network, and other one is me going out and actively trying to meet these big government and big corporations who are in the industry.
Yeah, for sure. How likely do you think, or how long do you think it will take until LiDAR becomes affordable in a sense, so that there's going to be more players in the market? Because right now that's the case, and you may have a bit of an advantage, but it's probably not going to take too long until there's other bigger players that have bigger budgets. So how are you thinking of tackling that?
So I would rather save that question for another company who makes the LiDAR hardware itself.
That's very smart.
So I'm just gonna let them take care of that. So you may want to ask that question again later on. My expectation.
So they'll answer it for you. Okay.
Yeah, they'll answer for me. My expectation is maybe 1-2 years, but I don't want to say it. So.
I'm just thinking about this technology might even be used on the human-driven cars, or?
Yeah. That's why the OEMs, and they want to make the car safer. Well, if the car is super intelligent, so right now the first application we're thinking about is automatic emergency brake system.
Exactly.
Because right now the current camera and radar-based AEB, people buy them, but after testing it for a few weeks, they don't use it because there's such a huge false positives, and cars are braking constantly. With our more intelligent system, maybe it doesn't have to brake so often, only brake when it only has to.
Yeah.
So
the reason I ask is when you introduce yourself as a captain, and then you mentioned about the self-driving cars. I say, where we need the captain when we have a self-driving cars.
Right.
So actually, I want to say that Volvo comes from Sweden, and Volvo Trucks was one of the few truck company who started to have this camera detecting system on their truck. That's why they were marketing in China as the most safe trucks that will never crash or kill someone. But their sales was not going very well in China because the requirements in China is lower than the European ones. And they get a lot of orders when Europe hires the standard, saying that you have to have constructions like that. So I think if you will work out also with the standard and try to increase, maybe for the school bus only, and you need to find a specific market and get more customers in a maybe narrow market and work out with the standard. I think this has a great potential. One is a must requirement from the national level.
Right. Thank you for your feedback. And also, Korea is trying to force the bigger buses and bigger trucks to have more advanced ADAS system, because when you have a bus, you have 30-40 people. The calamity, that's a big danger to have an accident. So in Europe also, I know that their standard is quite high, and they're trying to force it on vehicles. So yeah, thank you for feedback, and that's something we're currently focusing on right now. Like, which vehicle, which target market do we start digging into and make it wider?
Exactly. So. This is a typical example. Even though you're startups, you work with technology, I think it's very smart to have a governmental related person at the board and who give you some understanding and help you to open the market. Probably that person is more important than the sales manager. So,
Right.
yes,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is Rillicover. Rillicover mainly develops plasma technology services such as skin diagnosis and analysis of environmental factors that affect skin. Please invite An Son-hee, the CEO and founder of Rillicover, to the stage. Please welcome her with a big hand.
Breathe my lips. Breathe all that you can be. Make a difference. Give your dreams to me.
Hi, I'm Sonny An, CEO of Rillicover. Rillicover makes beauty solution for smart skincare by oneself. This service is to connect handheld type device and mobile application. This small and light device. Finally, users can diagnose their skin and give massage and manage the look whenever and wherever we are. Everybody wants to be beautiful with a healthy skin, but we have no time and money to visit the dermatologist regularly. In last year, the global beauty device market has values more than 131 trillion. Every year, it goes bigger and bigger with the rate of growth about 90%. As you know, in the beauty market, there are lots of devices for skin diagnosis and treatment, but they don't care your skin status right now. So let me introduce our Rillicover Muley. Yeah, this small device can do it. We suggest three-step total solution. The first is diverse dimension skin diagnosis with our own developed camera and our own algorithm, deep learning. The second is in real-time skincare tip with mobile application. We just tracking users' GPS information. The third is plasma treatment based on atmospheric pressure plasma technology. That technology is non-invasive therapy. Yeah, Rillicover cooperated with the dermatologists in US, in Korea, in Vietnam, and we already gathered 10,000 the different skin type in US, in Korea, in Vietnam. And our accuracy is over 98.5%. You take a picture, 5 spots on your face, and then through our algorithm, you can check your skin status, such as pore and wrinkles and redness. And you can tracking your skin history. Yeah. One more thing, we offer the meaningful information, GPS information, temperature, humidity, and UV index, so we can offer the efficient information with the alarm. This is our result to use our Muley for 6 weeks every day in 10 minutes. Not only acne scar, but also atopic dermatitis can treat. We already have our own certification of safety and efficacy. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the beauty device market has very many, there are lots of many devices, but they don't care your skin status right here. But compare these products, Rillicover and Muley can do it. We will our revenue to selling our device and with the mobile application and rental service, and we already set up our personal mask pack under the big data. And we will extend our business model, auto platform service, with connecting dermatologist and aesthetic shop. Rillicover set the global market, and in many world contests, we got credited for the technology, and last year we set up our US company for more networking, and we already have pre-order about $900,000 from the Vietnam, Singapore, and Korea, and Japan, and New York. We already funded from Samsung Ventures and Korea government, and Silicon Valley, 1.60 million. And now we need 1 million for launching our global launching and extend our business model. Yeah, my background is computer engineering, and after I worked in LG Electronics as a software engineer. After my degree, I've worked in General University Hospital for 10 years as a clinical trial team leader. At that time, I saw the possibility to offer the personalized service like this. And in America, make team for hardware and firmware. In Korea, make team for software and planning and marketing. Yeah. To speak more, Rilli커버 composed with the expert, dermatologist, and hardware and marketing, and R&D, and our CFO. Yeah, we focus that healthy skin has influenced on the confidence, not just for treatments. So we have planned to communicate it with customers constantly. Not to cover and conceal for the beauty, Rilli커버 think of the way to draw the inner beauty that everyone has. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for the interesting presentation. I also love the tagline, the healthy confidence,
Yeah,
which is
right.
something I think we can all relate to. I can see definitely kind of like a little bit of a two sides to what you're offering. One is more the technology to identify your skin condition.
Right.
And the second is more what is it, the treatments and all those things.
Right.
And I think that the technology is really interesting. I think that from the global perspective, I can definitely see that there's a lot of probably demand for something like that, especially in Asia, and especially Korea is obviously known very much for its beauty market.
Yeah.
And the beauty business. I see, I suppose, a big difference from how, for example, in the Nordics, in Europe or in the Nordics, people look at especially the treatment part, because I think from the Nordic and from the European perspective, the treatment is, people talk a lot about the holistic well-being. When you're doing well, say you have the right nutrition, the right amount of sleep and things like that, it shows in your skin. And I know actually one company from a startup from Finland that is organizing like an online course for identifying yourself, your skin type, what it needs, how you should make sure that you have the whole holistic well-being, and it shows in your skin. So I think from the Nordic perspective, I think that it's a slightly different solution. I think that the market is probably, for you, is probably not there, because it's a completely different, they don't use a lot of devices. They believe in that whole holistic, well-being comes from within, and the less money you spend on beauty, the better. In a sense, right? Whereas I think that for example, in Asia, there's still a lot of focus on, you have all these devices and all the scanning and all that. So I think for you, probably the market is more in Asia, maybe in the States as well. I wouldn't really see a lot of the Nordic interest per se from the consumer's point of view. But I think, interesting solution, especially the scanning part. I think that I kind of agree myself more with the holistic way of living and not just putting masks, but actually, holistic well-being really showing in your face. But the analysis part is, I think, interesting for to analyze how your skin is doing.
Thank you for your feedback. Right. Thank you.
I have a question. It's very good you already have the sales.
Yeah,
Imagine if I am one of the customers who placed my order. How long time do you think I will keep using this device when I have that?
Yeah, we think your question is 2, right?
Sorry?
Your question is 2 point.
No,
right?
just like if I got this, how long do you think I will use it?
Yeah, about 2 years, maybe. Yeah. we define.
Why 3 years? Do I have to change some part, or do I have to, or I will find out that I need some more comprehensive treatment? That's my question.
Yeah. Basically, we decided to use our database to distribute our device and gather big data. And after gathering more and more big data, we can use that data for marketing in the beauty device.
That's actually the point, because I think it's very smart you combine the big data collecting, analyzing, and the treatment.
Yeah.
But I think it could be, I wouldn't say it's smarter, but it could be an alternative to divide this into 2 separate devices that you can put it together. One is for the detecting, the other one is for the treatment. Because later on, the good thing is you can keep on selling other components, replacing the treatment.
Right.
If you think about the electric toothbrush, you have the motor and you have different type of brush. And that will give customer a feeling that it's more tailor-made.
Yeah.
Because this device is so compact. If I don't like the analyzed part, I will not buy it. If I don't like the treatment part, I will not buy it.
Yeah.
But if you separate it, I think you will sell more. And you can give the customer like continuous support.
Yeah.
And that will make it more logic. Because right now, I don't know the technology, but I believe because it's so compact, maybe you cannot add some other things for the massage. You cannot change the power because that will influence the other part. But if you can separate it and still can put it together, I think that will be a more tailor-made product.
Yeah. Okay. So. Thank you for your feedback. And now we are planning to extend our business model auto platform service with connecting dermatologists under our big data. And we are planning to make personalized mask pack and flexible plasma patch. Yeah. This is our hidden card.
Exactly, because right now maybe you're thinking about for girls only, but when a guy wants to have it, when they have a harder skin, they want to have a more power, and I think it should be adjusted.
Yeah.
And by separating them, everybody will be happy.
Okay.
So,
yeah, we'll do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do what they want us to.